Hello everyone. I am making this video as a demo to show you how you can create an OpenAI assistant and then how to use that assistant within Clay. So it has a lot of use cases, but one of the very prominent use cases is customer support chatbot, or in case where you want to chat with your documents. And let's say you have a client and you are trying to automate the inbox management process for them. So for that, you want OpenAI to have some context on what your client does and how to respond to messages based on the behalf of a specific client. So in that case, you can train your assistant on your client's company data, and then whenever you will ask some question, it should be able to answer while keeping all the context on the backend. Okay, very interesting. So the very first thing we need to do is we need to go to .com and in assistants. Okay, here what we need to do is we need to um, create a new assistant first, upload our files, and then we can call it later on within Clay. So very first thing, when you go to assistant, just name your assistant. I will just say Inbox IQ test assistant. Basically, Inbox IQ is an imaginary company that GPT gave me for this specific video I am creating as a test. System instructions, I will just say you are a okay. And then in the model, I will just select GPT for Node Mini because this is the most economical model. Uh, and then in the file search, I have to turn this thing on because I want to chat with my files. There are other options as well, code interpreter and function. We won't go into that much detail right now, but we will just focus on file search um, today. So in the files, I have created an imaginary company which is Inbox IQ. ChatGPT gave me this company because I want to ask questions from my assistant based about this company to check whether my assistants are working or not. Are they answering questions correctly or not? So I have downloaded this file. I'll just upload it into here and then attach this file. Once this is done, response format, I will just keep it text for now, and temperature top P, I will just leave it as is, and I will just click on create it. Once it is done, I will go to playground and I will ask it a simple question. What does Inbox IQ does and who are their founders? It will start running the system. It will take some time to respond. So if you see, it got data from this document, and in the regarding the founders. Okay, so if you see, Sarah Quinn and Raj Mehta, this is coming from here basically. These are the founders. And if I ask who is the CTO, just to cross check whether it has access to that information or not. So if you see, Raj Mehta is the CTO. So here if you see, this is the CTO of this imaginary company. Now we want to do the same thing within Clay. How would we do that? We have to follow a process. We need to create a thread. We need to pass our message. We need to run the agent and retrieve the data back. So I will go to Clay. I have this sample table here. I will go to add enrichment. We have to call the OpenAI assistant with the help of HTTP. I need to select the method as host. The very first step we need to do is we need to create a thread because the prompts and everything we will be running will be under a thread. So I will go, I was just running it here, and I will hit this endpoint. And in the header, I need to pass in two headers, one authorization, and the second one is OpenAI beta. These both headers we need to pass. Okay, and I have this OpenAI key here, and OpenAI beta should be assistants is equal to variant 2. I will rename it, create a thread, and I will run it. Once it ran, it gave me the thread ID. So we have successfully created a thread, and now we need to pass our prompt to the thread. So we need to hit another endpoint, and this endpoint will help us pass our message or prompt to the assistant. So now I have just duplicated this one because I want to avoid passing these headers again and again. But what you can do is you can just set these headers here, and then you can select them. This will help you avoid adding these headers again and again to save time. So here in the threads, I will just paste that one, and for some reason it is not letting me select the thread. Okay, I need to pass this thread that came here, and I need to pass the prompt to this AI to this thread now. Okay, I will just say who is the CTO of Box IQ. Okay, and I will say pass the prompt, run it. Now it successfully passed that prompt, and it gives me the message ID. So and now I want to run the assistant. The third step would be running the assistant, and I will just duplicate it again to avoid passing the headers. Run the agent, and here I need to keep this thing intact. Okay, and here I need to pass the assistant ID here basically. So we can have multiple assistant in OpenAI, but of course we have to pass the assistant ID um, so that we can chat with a specific assistant. So we have to pass this assistant ID, and you can get the assistant ID from right below the name of the assistant. So this is the one. I will run this agent. Okay, so now it successfully ran the agent. You see, these are the instructions we provided when we were creating the agent. And the last step would be just fetch the data back. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit this endpoint, and it will help me fetch my data back from the agent, like the response of the agent basically. If you see, now it responded, and if you see, it gave me an answer. I asked it a question, who is the CTO of Inbox IQ? But what I can do here now, I can play around with this data to check if it is working or not. I will just say prompt, and here in the past the prompt, I will just replace this hard-coded prompt with the okay, and I will say who had a product um at inbox IQ. Okay, and I'll also need to do here is so now if I say pass the prompt, it will run. Okay, so now I will say who is the head of product at inbox IQ. It will create a thread, it will pass the prompt, it will run the agent, and if I run it, okay. So if you see, the head of product at inbox IQ is Alina Torres. So if we go here, Alina Torres. So if I say what is the seed funding around of inbox IQ? So one thing to note here is that the run the agent will take some time. So because it will run the agent and it will process your prompt and take time to respond. So you have to ensure that you add some delay here and or rerun this after some time to get the actual response back. So if you see that it says that completed a pre-sum, it just gave me the answer from this document basically. So this is how you create an assistant and run it within OpenAI. Thank you for watching this video, and if you have any question, feel free to let me know. Have a good one. Bye bye.